It was the Queen's Birthday Honours over the weekend. You might have noticed former Bake Off star Mary Berry, Professor Brian Cox, he of the... Oh, look, there's the moon. Those kind of programmes were recognised. Alongside them, people in Staffordshire and Cheshire who've been recognised for the hard work they do. Among them, Dot Bailey from Park Hall, who's been awarded a British Empire Medal and is on the line now to tell us why, essentially. Good afternoon. Thanks very much for coming on to BBC Radio Stoke. How did you feel when you found out you were being awarded then, Dot?
Hi. Surprised, overwhelmed, a little bit of why me sort of thing.
Well, why you? You've been doing scouting for 30 years, haven't you?
Yes, yeah. But so have a lot of other people. So you just wonder what someone sees that makes you different. I think it was for scouting though, and also I do some fundraising for different charities throughout the year. So I think there was a dual thing there.
We'll talk about the charities in a second. Your scouting career, though, how do you keep involved and keep excited by it for so long? What is it that you love about it?
Oh, lots of things. It's a privilege to watch the development of young people. They come into a scout troop at the age of 10, sometimes scared, sometimes nervous, and they leave your scout troop at 14. The majority of them full of confidence, with new skills and a different outlook on life.
And it's a very different environment to school, isn't it? Sometimes people who maybe don't like school or enjoy school can find lots in scouting. Yeah,
absolutely. It's nothing like school at all. The learning's there, but it's learning in a very different way. It's not an academic syllabus. There are badges for them to learn, and they learn so many skills for life, leadership qualities. And I'm still in touch with a lot of the young people that were in the scout troop 20 years ago, and I'm still in touch with those now, following their careers and seeing what they've become as adults.
Sounds like an extended family for you.
Yeah, it is very much a family of. We call it the family of scouting, so it very much is an extended family.
I bet you're good with knots, aren't you?
I have my moments.
But there's a lot more to it than that, because it has moved on, hasn't it? I know there's been this kind of period of modernisation almost, so you still do all your knots and how to start a fire and all that stuff. But there's a lot more to it now. Yeah,
there is. We've taken in the world of computers and mobile phones and what young people want. It's very, very much a youth-led organisation. So many years ago, I suppose, leaders were in charge and leaders did the programmes, not completely taking into account the needs of those young people that they've got in front of them. Whereas now it's very, very different, where the young people are asked what they want out of scouting, and I think the leaders are now there to facilitate that happening. So there has been a big switch over the past certainly 10 years.
And how does it compete in this period? My eldest, for example, trying to get him off his mobile phone is nigh on impossible these days. How do you compete with that? What can scouting offer that the internet can't?
Okay, take them somewhere where there's no signal. So take them on a campsite, and it's very difficult at the moment due to the current situation with COVID. But I'm just talking about generally, without COVID, we would take them onto a campsite and make that weekend or that night that you're there with them as full as you can, that programme as full as you can. So they don't need the mobile phones. They learn to sit around a campfire and poke at a fire with a stick and, put a marshmallow on it, and they enjoy that. There is a place for the mobile phones, but I don't think scouting in general is that place.
No, absolutely. It's the alternative, and long may it continue in that sense. You mentioned fundraising as well. I know you do your bit for scouting and raising funds there, but are other charities involved too?
I suppose at work, really. I sort of rope my work colleagues into cake sales, raffles, sponsored events, you name it, we sort of do it. And we do it for local charities more so than national charities, but anywhere we see there's a need, really, we'll put an event on and chivvy everybody about and get as much money as we can.
How do you go about receiving your British Empire Medal then? Because in these weird times, it's all been slightly different. The honours themselves were delayed, as I understand it. What happens next?
I have no idea, if I'm perfectly honest. I had an email back in May to say that this was going to happen, but it was being put off because of COVID. So just keep it to yourself until October, which was a challenge in itself, I have to say. And then I had an email a couple of weeks ago just to say that this is when the announcement's going to be made on October the 10th. So keep it to yourself again until then. But after that, you can tell your family and friends. But that's really as much as I know. I believe I will receive it from the Lord Lieutenant, which is Staffordshire. So that'll be nice.
Absolutely. And well deserved by the sound of it too. Dot, lovely to talk to you today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dot Bailey, B.E.M. I think I must address you as now. It's fabulous. Good on you. Take care, Dot. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Bye-bye now. Dot Bailey's been working with the Scouts in Newcastle for 30 years and has been recognised in the Queen's Birthday Honours.
BBC Radio Stoke.